Fortnite has released a brand new collaboration with LEGO, and they combine together even better than a glass of cold water on a hot summer's day. They do a great job of teaching you the ropes when you get started, but as you continue to make progress and discover new things to craft, you'll find references to new materials that you've never even heard of and have no idea how to get. Don't worry, we're here to show you every resource that you'll need, broken down category by category in LEGO Fortnite. Let's start out with raw materials. These are the building blocks for most crafting recipes and are essential for crafting buildings and equipment. You can also refine many of these resources with various stations like the lumber mill or stone breaker. Alright, let's start with wood. You can find wood anywhere. It's on the ground to collect, or you can chop down trees or bushes in the overworld. Granite. You can also find granite anywhere. It's on the ground to pick up, or you can break large rock formations with a pickaxe to find larger granite deposits. Vines will drop when you destroy smaller bushes or harvest food from some plants. You can collect soil to build garden plots and start your very own farm. You collect soil by digging at the ground with a shovel. The next three items require you to use uncommon green quality tools, which you can make by upgrading your crafting bench. Knotroot. You'll find knotroot inside cave systems as these gnarled roots and branches. Marble can be found in those same cave systems. Look for these pale clusters of rocks. You may need to build stairs to reach the taller clusters. Rough amber is a gold-looking substance usually found on top of mesa structures in the dry valley biome. Build stairs to scale the mountains or craft yourself a glider to fly over from geysers. The following 5 materials can only be harvested with rare, blue quality equipment, which requires you to upgrade your crafting bench a second time. Brightcore is an orange gem-like material that you can find inside of lava caves, which are located in the dry valley biome. You'll usually find it right beside the lava, so make sure to bring some heat resistance food or equipment with you. Copper can be found in most areas of lava caves as this bronzy metallic substance. Be sure to look all around, as it could be on the ceiling or walls. Flexwood is the most abundant resource you can collect in the dry valley biome. With your rare axe, chop down some cacti to gain flexwood. You can also break taller trees and have them crash onto the cacti for some quick harvesting. Obsidian is a deep purple substance that you can find inside of lava caves. Ruby is an uncommon resource that you can also find in lava caves. Look for this red gemstone on the walls to find rough rubies. These final raw materials can only be collected by, you guessed it, upgrading your crafting bench again in order to craft purple epic gear. Frostpine is a resource you'll get by harvesting trees found in the Frostlands biome. Malachite is green ore that can only be found by climbing to the tops of mountains in the Frostlands. You'll find iron and clusters of gray metallic ore inside of Frostland caves. You'll need plenty of cold-resistant gear or food in order for you to survive the freezing temperatures. Inside those same caves, you'll find sapphire. It can look quite similar to iron in certain lights, but when you look close, you'll see that it has a deep blue hue to it. Be sure to look closely at the resources so you don't miss anything while looting the caves. Next up are items that you'll only find by interacting with various creatures throughout the world. Let's start with all the cute farm animals you can find roaming around. When you pet chickens, cows, and sheep, you'll be rewarded with drops of egg, milk, or wool, respectively. This means you don't, and shouldn't, hurt these animals to get these materials. Fertilizer. There's nothing like a bit of fertilizer to help a garden grow. You can find fertilizer on the ground near livestock. You can find feathers in chests located inside derelict buildings or out in the world. You can also gather feathers by attacking chickens, although you won't be able to pet them for eggs once they drop their feathers. Occasionally, you'll come across these little jumping spiders. They're little and they'll bite you when they get close. Defeat them to gain some silk. Once the sun sets, or you enter a dark cave system, you'll encounter skeletons. Defeat them and they'll drop 2 bones each. These unassuming rocks with flowers on top of them are not what they appear. They're actually stone-like bugs called rollers. Defeat them to collect their shell. Wolves will drop wolf claws when you defeat them. Watch out though, they bite. Early on, you'll only find blast powder inside chests, but when you reach the later biomes, most skeletons and human enemies will stop dropping this resource regularly when defeated. Brute scales will drop when you defeat a normal brute in the grasslands biome. But be warned, you need to have made significant progress in your adventure to have a fair chance against this creature, and don't forget to dodge. Sand shells are the dry valley biome equivalent of normal shells. You'll gain these by defeating sand rollers. Much like the sand shells, sand claws are the same as normal wolf claws, except that you gain these from tougher sand wolves in the dry valley biome. Blast cores drop when you defeat blasters, which are the lava cave version of rollers. When they attack you, they will ignite themselves before combusting after a short delay. Stay out of the explosion, then go back for the blast core. Sand brutes are somehow even stronger than their grassy plains counterparts. Defeating them rewards you with sand brute scales. Heavy wool can be found early inside of chests, or you can find some naturally by petting sheep found in the Frostlands. Frost shells drop when you defeat frost rollers in the Frostlands. Just like the shells, these Arctic claws are the same as normal wolf claws, but you claim them by defeating Arctic wolves in the Frostlands. Inside the Frostland caves, you may be confronted by a skeleton wolf. These are dangerous creatures, but if you defeat them, you can collect a cursed bone. Frost brutes are the toughest brute that you'll find, but if you manage to defeat them, you'll be rewarded with frost brute scales. Finally, it's important to remember to eat. Here are the different foods that you can find. We already mentioned these before, but don't forget that you can pet cows and chickens to have them drop milk and eggs respectively. Corn, pumpkins, and raspberries can be found in abundance across the grasslands where you'll begin your adventure. Simply interact with each plant to gain some fresh produce. Slurp mushrooms are found in most cave systems and can be harvested with any tool. Use it with a juicer to create slurp juice. Most animals, when defeated, even hostile animals like wolves, will drop a piece of meat. Build a grill and cook the meat to increase the healing benefits when eaten. Wheat is like corn in that it's a large, stocky item that grows in the grasslands, but it's much harder to find. Grab some when you find it, that way you can cook some impressive recipes later on. Slurp berries are like a more substantial raspberry. They're found in the coastal regions of your map near big bodies of water. They'll heal the same amount of hunger, but they'll provide you with faster energy regeneration for a minute, and they'll heal more of your HP with each berry. Spicy peppers are more substantial than slurp berries. They recover more of your hunger, heal more of your hearts, and can even provide cold resistance for 2 minutes. You can find these in abundance in the Dry Valley biome. Snowberries. These can be found rarely in the grasslands and more commonly near the edge of the Frostlands biome. These berries restore the most health of any berry, and they also provide the opposite effect of spicy peppers, heat resistance for 2 minutes. Cheese is a very rare ingredient that can only be found within chests at the moment. Look for chests in the Frostlands or caves to potentially find some. And remember, all the food that grows from a plant can be found in seed form and grown in a garden plot. And there you have it. That should help you find basically everything you'll need in LEGO Fortnite. For more tips like these, make sure to head on over to IGN.com to check out our growing LEGO Fortnite wiki. And for everything else video games, stick with IGN.